How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Town of Salem. In this video, we'll be going through the patch notes that literally dropped like 2 minutes ago. So, we get a new role, boys. New role, Oracle. During the night, the Oracle may select a town role to cast their Aegis over. Any players in the game with that role will be protected with a barrier. The Oracle cannot select the same role 2 nights in a row, and can only select the Oracle 1 time. So this is from the Better Town of Salem 2 mod. They've shipped it into the regular game. So curious to see how that works in all any modes. Game updates changes. Added the anonymous players modifier. Every player's cosmetics are randomized. Players will use the name of their skin instead of choosing a name. So this will work in competitive modes if we make a competitive custom list to keep things more anonymous. All attacked but saved messages will no longer tell you the attacker's role. This is like Town of Salem 1, I'm pretty sure. It will not give Town all the information, and thus give evils more of an advantage. Can allow them to lie and fake claim roles a little easier. Effects that block visits such as jail, parties, and smog will now use the generalized unknown obstacle message. Again, not giving Town the full information. All neutral evil roles will now start with a basic defense, but will lose it on day 3. So that's interesting. It's gonna really suck to lose the vest on Jester. There's nothing more satisfying than baiting people into attacking you and then vesting on the perfect moment. Now you just lose it on day 3. So Doomsays and Executioners and Jesters, you gotta be scared now. Neutral Apocalypse roles are mutually exclusive again, meaning only one can spawn in a game. This I don't really agree with, because I feel like in all any modes, a lot of Neutral Apocalypse players, when they roll solo, they leave. And if they're solo all the time, then I think we're going to be seeing a lot of leavers, boys. It's already hard enough to win a solo Baker. I mean, good luck. But they have added a 4 Horseman modifier. Up to 4 Apocalypse members can spawn at once. Apocalypse members can talk together and win together. And Apocalypse members start with no defense. Apocalypse members, except for Berserker, appear suspicious to Sheriff. Alrighty. If we ever do an Apocalypse mode, then this is the changes. Hangman has been removed from all roles, so that's kind of a big change. Added 116 new lobby icons to custom. Alrighty. Added Prosecutor Silhouette. It's about time. Added new icons for Common Town and Common Coven. Cool. Added new icons for creating and clearing a role deck in custom. Added a new splash art for Season 4. And Trickster, Vigilante, Deputy, and Prosecutor can now be VIP. So, now it's for the real shit. Role updates and changes. Pirate has been overhauled. At the start of the game, the pirate will have 3 targets known as landlubbers. The pirate will know the landlubbers' roles, but not who they are. The pirate wins once all 3 landlubbers have perished. So they've completely changed the role. It's completely different. It's not like the rock, paper, scissors pirate. This is like Inquisitor from modded TOS. They've thrown it into pirate, and this is what it is. The pirate may scour a player at night to see if they're a landlubber. The pirate may plunder a player at night, dealing a basic attack. This ability has 3 charges. If the pirate plunders someone who is not a landlubber, they will lose all remaining ability charges. New pirate, boys. We'll be looking forward to testing that one out in all any. Deputy has been reworked. No longer unique. Okay. Back to no unique deputy. Deputy no longer reveals themselves upon a successful shot. So no more deputy animation. Rest in peace. Deputy now has a basic attack. So no more killing serial killers and neutral killings and neutral apocalypses. Rest in peace. Deputy will miss their shot if their target is town aligned or has basic or greater defense. Enchanter Soul Collector frames will affect this shot, okay? Upon a successful shot, other deputies cannot attempt to shoot until the following day. We'll be looking forward to testing that one out, boys. Let's see how it works in practice. Vigilante reworked. Vigilante will need to load each bullet individually instead of loading all 3 on night 1. If a Vigilante doesn't shoot someone at night and has an unloaded bullet, they will load it. Vigilante will now put their gun away instead of dying to the Hangman. So I do like this. It slows the game down a little bit. The game does need to slow down. So interested to see how that works. It's sort of like a Vigi nerf, you could say. Executioner reworked. Executioner is now unique. Okay. That's going to slow the game down. Executioner now receives their target on day 1. So you don't set your target anymore. Their target will always be a townie and cannot be a town power or amni. So that is like Town of Salem 1, almost. If the executioner's target is found guilty, the executioner will torment their target, completing their objective. So you don't torment anyone else, you just kill your target. Upon an executioner victory, the number of trials town gets per day is reduced to 1. So town gets punished. If an executioner's target dies at night, they'll turn into Jester. Yep, that's like Town of Salem 1. Interested to see what you guys think of this. They have completely changed it. Executioner is more like a neutral evil now rather than a neutral chaos. Interested to hear what you guys think of this. Medusa has been buffed. Stone gaze will now linger on a player until they die. They will appear as stoned regardless of how they die, okay? Without the Necronomicon, Medusa can now stone gaze their teammates. That's interesting. Poison has been reworked. Poison has been removed. What? Smog has been added. When a poisoner uses their smog on a player, all visitors to their target will be blocked, receiving the unknown obstacle feedback message. So, I guess poison is kind of crap now. Loses the poison ability. Potion Master nerfed. When a Potion Master reveals a player with their reveal potion, that player will now be marked as illuminated, preventing a illusionist from performing a blood ritual on them for the following 2 nights. Witch. Okay, so Ritualist got... That's not a Potion Master nerf, that's more of a Ritualist nerf. So, rip to Ritualist. I guess they kind of deserved it a little. Witch. Minor rework. Controlling a player now reveals their role to the entire coven instead of just the witch. I think that's good. Witch is no longer immune to parties. Good. And when a witch reveals a player's role to coven, that player will now be marked as illuminated. Basically the same thing as the Ritualist. So can't be Ritualisted for 2 nights. Oof. So if you actually find a Town Power Night 1 or Night 2, you can't even go for him. Ritualist nerfed. Cannot perform a blood ritual on marked players yet. Investigator reworked. Percept has been removed. Thank you very much. Useless ability. Investigating a player now reveals 2 crimes they could have committed. Interesting, okay. Murder. As the player attacks someone tonight, and trespassing, has the player visited an opposing faction member at some point in the game. I like this. I think it's kind of cool. Interested to see how this works in practice. Spy reworked. Bugs will no longer reveal what happened to a player at night or their passive effects. Bugs will now reveal what evil roles have visited a player when triggered. Wait, so this is the perceptibility now. Okay, I think Spy is gonna suck, not gonna lie. Jester nerfed. Like, it's been reduced to the... Spy has been reduced to the Investigator perceptibility, bruh. Jester nerfed. No, not Jester. Self-vesting has been removed. Oh, no. That's kind of what it was hinting at above. As Jester now has basic defense for the first 2 nights, yep. Jester will now appear as a town hero to all town investigatives. That's a nerf. Jester now has a chatterbox mechanic. Every day, the Jester must send 1 to 4 messages or they will die of boredom at night. So no more being silent Jester. You will die. If a Jester fails to meet their chatterbox requirements before being hanged, their win will be invalidated. What? What? Okay then. So, alright, Jester's gonna be... It's gonna require a bit more effort. Necromancer, minor rework. Ghoul has been removed. Okay, no more Ghoul. No more astral attacks. Necromancer will now attack with the Necronomicon. Okay. Necromancer can now use town-aligned corpses an infinite number of times. So they've made it more like Retributionist, which means you can use Vigilantes more than once. Town Protectives more than once. Necromancer will now always take corpse priority over Retributionist. Okay, so Retributionist gets screwed. Necromancer can now reanimate Conjurer and Deputy, triggering their abilities at the start of the next day. That's kind of insane. That's kind of nuts. And Necromancer has received a new UI for choosing who to reanimate during the night. I think it needed that. Okay, that's good. Necromancer became interesting. Retributionist minor rework. Multiple Retributionists will now randomly take corpse priority instead of it being based on player numbers. I think that's good. Retributionists can now resurrect Deputy, triggering their ability. That's cool. Retributionist has received a new UI as well. That's good. Lookout has been nerfed. No longer astral. Thank you. It was too OP. This had to be like this from the start of the game. Lookout has a new attribute named Camouflage, making them invisible to other lookouts and wildlings. Alright, interesting. Wildling buffed. Wildling has a new attribute named Camouflage, making them invisible to other lookouts and wildlings. Okay, so wildling can be a little bit more sneaky. We got Soul Collector, minor rework. We'll now collect the souls of Reap targets who die during the following day. Cool. So, yeah, pretty decent buff. And Soul Collector will now permanently frame Reap targets as a Soul Collector to investigative roles, including the PM. Cool. So, it's like Framer now, Enchanter. If the 4 Horseman modifier is enabled, framed players will appear as suspicious to sheriffs, otherwise they appear innocent. Alrighty. Prosecutor has been buffed. Hangman has been removed. Prosecutor will instead lose all remaining ability charges upon a wrongful prosecution. So slowing the game down. The game does need some of that. And yeah, that's a pretty big buff, kind of. Town doesn't get punished as much. Plague Bearer buffed. Plague Bearer will now see who is infected at night. Wait, no. Plague Bearer will now see who infected who at night. Okay, that's going to be a lot of notifications. A lot to keep track of, but it's going to make playing Plague Bearer a lot easier. Socialite's been buffed. Socialite is now control immune. Okay, rest in peace to the witch. We've got Ranked. Ranked mode has been disabled. It will be re-enabled once off-season has concluded. Rank practice list will change weekly. We will be collecting data and feedback on each list tested to help us decide on what the final Season 4 rank list should look like. Larger changes to Ranked will be coming at the end of off-season. Stay tuned. Bunch of bug fixes if you're interested in that. That is the latest patch, boys. We'll be playing all the new roles that have been changed and reworked. Very excited to see how it all goes. Looks like they're going to be pushing Ranked a lot this season. And yeah, I wonder how all any is going to go with some of these buffs and nerfs and reworks. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed the video and subscribe for more. I'll see you all in the next one.